My name is Stephanie Duncombe, and I'm here to give you a quick introduction to field experience at Augsburg. I am the field experience specialist for the education department, so I help coordinate placements, I help students log and document their hours, and starting this semester and kind of continuing next year, I will be leading the transition to a new field experience system. To start, though, I wanted to just touch on what is field experience. Some of you might be familiar with the term, but field experience is another way we refer to placements in the K-12 setting, or for teacher educators, the field, where you're able to apply what you're learning in your courses to an actual classroom. And so before you student teach, we have these field experience opportunities so that you're able to kind of slowly build and grow all of your skills. During field experience, you will look at schools and understand the interactions between education professionals, students, and the community. You'll learn about students' background and what they bring to the classroom and how you can use that in your instruction. You will explain and model the content for your licensure area and practice new strategies. And then you'll also work on designing and implementing lessons under your faculty and host teacher. So field experience is required for your license, and it's a requirement that is created by the state of Minnesota and the Professional Educator Licensing and Standards Board, otherwise known as PELSB. So I like to put this slide in the presentation to let students know how seriously we take field work and how important it is that you correctly document it so that when you apply to student teach and when Augsburg recommends you for licensure, you have this requirement taken care of. So for students getting their initial license, meaning their first teaching license, like I said, you have 100 total hours of field work or field experience to complete. The number of hours that you complete in different grade levels depends upon what license you are pursuing. So for students who are getting a K-6 elementary ed license, you will have to do at least 35 hours with the lower elementary level, so grades K through 2, and 35 hours at an upper elementary level, grades 3 through 6. That doesn't mean that you would do 35 hours at every grade, kindergarten and then first and then second grade and then third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Means that at least you have one experience in a grade in that grade level band and one experience in the other grade. So if I was a K-6 elementary ed student, I would maybe work with the classroom teacher in first grade, and then for another fieldwork experience, I would maybe do 35 hours with the classroom teacher in fourth grade, and that would meet the minimum requirements. And then for the rest of your 100 hours, you can choose what grade level you'd want to work with, depending on your preference and what you see yourself teaching in the future. For 512 secondary license students, you will just have to divide your time between middle school and high school, having one placement at the middle school level and one placement at the high school level. And then again, any excess hours that you have, you can choose. For students who are pursuing a 6-8 or a 9-12 license, you just have to complete 100 hours in that grade level. You don't have any further requirements beyond that. And then for K-12 licensed students, you'll have to divide your field work between the elementary level, K-5, the middle school level, K-6-8, and the high school level, 9-12. So it's important to be aware of your license and the requirements so that you're able to plan your field work in advance. So I mentioned that there's a new model for fieldwork happening soon. So currently in Augsburg, we have students complete their field work based upon what courses they take. The class that you're in right now, EDC 200 522 Orientation, used to have a 20-hour field work requirement tied to it. We took that out this year to prepare for the seminar model, but you may be enrolled in other courses this semester or in the past that have fieldwork tied to them. For example, elementary math methods, you take that course and you also have a 15-hour requirement. Reading and writing in the content areas, ESC 300 500, you take that course, you also complete 30 hours of fieldwork. Starting in fall 2020, we are taking all of the fieldwork out of these courses and we're putting them into 3 seminars. Each seminar will be 1 semester long and you'll be required to complete 35 hours per seminar. That means that 35 hours will bring you to a little bit above that 100-hour fieldwork mark. Each seminar will meet 4 times face-to-face in the semester. There will be additional online work, but it will only be a 4 meetings on campus. The seminars, a good way to think of them, are like labs. So you still take your other courses and then you're able to come to this lab and discuss what you're actually seeing in the field, discuss with your course instructor, and then how it relates to what you're learning in your Augsburg coursework. We're hoping that this new model will offer a lot more flexibility to your fieldwork experience in that you'll be able to decide when you want to take these seminars. So for example, if you know that your schedule will allow you to get 35 hours of fieldwork done this semester, now might be a good time to take the first seminar, EDC 201. Maybe you're thinking, this spring's not good because of work or because of other courses I'm taking, but fall would be really good. Then you can kind of plan when you want to complete your field work with a little bit more flexibility. We're also hoping that by having longer but maybe less fragmented fieldwork requirements, we're hoping that will give your fieldwork a bit more authenticity, meaning you'll be able to create deeper, stronger relationships with your host teacher as well as the students that you interact with. For this semester and fall 2020, the seminars will be offered at 0 credits because they are pilot seminars. Most likely beginning spring 2021, each seminar will be 1 credit. And they will be graded on a pass, no pass grading system. If you are a music education or health or physical education student, please speak to your advisor. There may be changes for you specifically in how the field experience seminar will look. So here are the 3 seminars laid out side by side. The pilot seminar we are offering this semester is EDC 201 Foundations. This is a beginning seminar meant for students who have no previous fieldwork completed. So if you're new to field experience, you haven't had a structured fieldwork experience in the classroom yet, then this would be where you'd want to start. The learning goals are kind of focused around basic inquiry of the school communities, and you'd be responsible for completing 35 hours of field experience. The second seminar is EDC 301 Diverse Learners, where the focus is on what students bring into the classroom and how individual students process information. And then EDC 401 Methods is the last fieldwork experience before you student teach, and it will really be set up as a mini student teaching seminar where you're going to start working on really solidifying your lesson planning, working on how to deliver your particular content, and then how to check for student understanding through assessment. Again, this semester we're only offering EDC 201 as the pilot that you are eligible to enroll in. However, starting fall 2020, all of these seminars will be offered during all semesters. So like I said, because you are enrolled in EDC 200 522 this semester, you are eligible to register for our small pilot of EDC 201. There are two sections. The first section is taught by Audrey Lensmeyer. It will take place on Tuesday nights, those 4 Tuesday dates on campus from 5 to 5:50. If you'd like to register for that section, Audrey's section, there are 3 registration sections on records and registration. If you're a day student, go ahead and register for section A. If you're AU or grad student, register for B. And if you're a Rochester student, go ahead and register for section E, and we'll actually Zoom you into Audrey's class those 4 nights, so you won't have to come up to the Minneapolis campus. For more information on that, please contact Sally Durand. If you'd like to attend the Wednesday night session of EDC 201 this semester, that's taught by Jenny Diaz, and those Wednesday dates you can see are also being offered at that 5 to 5:50 time slot. If you're a day student, you can register for section C of Jenny's class, and if you're an AU student, you can register for section D, AU and grad, I should say. These 2 sessions do have some students already enrolled from when they took fall orientation, but if you need any help registering, please let me know. So on to some frequently asked questions. Can I complete my fieldwork at a school that I currently work at? Yes, you can do that, and many of our students do. Just be very mindful of your grade level requirements. So for example, if you are getting a K-12 ESL license and you work at an elementary school, you can use your school that you work at for one of your 3 seminars, but remember you have to spend the other 2 seminars at a middle school and a high school. So just keep that in mind, and keep in mind when you'd like to schedule all of those grade level seminars. Can I take more than 1 seminar at a time? No. So we have just, it's set up that you would just take 1 seminar each semester. Do I have to enroll in EDC 201 this spring? No, it is optional. Like your professor Joaquin said as well, there is no field experience requirement for your orientation class. So if you don't enroll in EDC 201, you won't have any hours to make up, you won't have any other hours to do. It is optional, but if you have the time and you're willing to give the pilot a try, I think it would be, it's always encouraged to start fieldwork sooner rather than later. What if I'm taking courses this semester that also have fieldwork in them? So for example, if you are registered for another course like EDC 410-544, Learners with Special Needs, or EED 325-326, Elementary Literacy Methods, those courses have fieldwork in them as well. So if you decide you want to take the seminar, what you would do is you would take the seminar, complete the 35 hours in the seminar, and then also make sure, and we would communicate, I have some forms in place that I would send you, but we would communicate and we would just double check that whatever your placement for EDC 201 is, I would make sure that you could still complete all of the fieldwork requirements for your other courses with field experience in them. So what I mean by that is that you wouldn't have to stack your hours. You wouldn't have 35 hours plus 20 hours plus 15 hours. No, you would only do 35 hours this semester, but we would want to make sure that you could still complete all of the assignments related to fieldwork in your other classes, and I could help you with that. What if I'm not able to find a school that works around my work and class schedule? We do have opportunities at some of our after-school classes that run through, in particular, Minneapolis public schools, and we can get a little creative, especially with EDC 201. So feel free to let me know your concerns, and I'd be happy to try and work around them. I already spent time in the classroom last year assisting and tutoring students. Can I use that as field experience for a seminar? Unfortunately, unless that volunteer time was part of a course, either for here at Augsburg or at another institution, no, we cannot accept that as fieldwork. Fieldwork is very structured, and there's an aspect of supervision that needs to be in place in order to count for your license. What if I'm a transfer student and completed fieldwork at another college or university? Can I use that as field experience for a seminar? Yes, so if you've completed fieldwork at another college or university, oftentimes this might be if you did an associate's degree, or you were at Normandale, or you came in with some education credits and you did fieldwork as part of those courses, yes, there is a documentation form that I can send to you if you email me. What if I've already completed fieldwork for an Augsburg course? So if I've already done fieldwork in past semesters, I would recommend that you wait to sign up for this seminar. You hold off and don't enroll this spring. And then when everyone in the department moves to the seminar system starting fall 2020, what will happen is all of the hours that you've already completed as a part of your past fieldwork experiences, they will transfer to the new system, and you'll be advised on what seminar to enroll in. We won't make you start over at seminar 1 if, for example, you've already earned 40 hours of fieldwork. You would most likely then transfer directly into seminar 2 and begin there. I'm confused and need further help understanding the field experience seminars. Where do I go for help? Here's my contact information. My office door is always open for walk-ins, or if you'd like to make an appointment, I'd be happy to meet with you. My email address and my phone number, feel free to use those as well. I'm always happy to help and talk over individual situations. Lastly, next steps would be to, if you're interested and if you feel like you are able to commit to 35 hours of fieldwork this semester, and this would be your first fieldwork experience, I suggest you enroll in EDC 201, either Jenny or Audrey's section, by Monday, January 20th. Then you would be able to attend the first in-person seminar meeting on either January 21st or January 22nd, depending if you're doing Audrey's Tuesday section or Jenny's Wednesday section. We want to make sure that you get enrolled before the first in-person seminar, since attendance is mandatory. If you've decided to wait and not enroll in the seminar, that is just fine. You can wait to enroll in EDC 201, or if you're transferring hours into Seminar 2 or Seminar 3, and you can begin earning field experience hours next semester. This seminar system is meant to be flexible, so we want to make sure that you are still on track with your advisors to reach student teaching, to graduate. So again, if you have any questions whatsoever about fieldwork, feel free to contact me. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.